Hey, what's up, everybody? Randy here with Academia Christi. Here we got a sort of fall potted plant cleanup video. This is kind of a day one of it, um, where it just broke the 50s today. I'm kind of just working with what I got. I don't really want to uncover too much, but I'm thinking since we're really not going to have any more warm days, we might get one more warm day tomorrow or the next day, I think. Um, I'm pretty much just going to start bringing stuff in, especially trying to get everything in by Friday, definitely Saturday afternoonish. But it's going to be raining those days, so I need to really be able to work around that, make sure I get everything done that I want to get done before our first freeze comes Saturday night. So that sucks, but nevertheless, uh, here we are going to just start with some of the smaller pots here. I had these already in on the porch area. I'm just going to kind of rearrange a little bit in here, uh, take care of some of that kind of stuff. And we have all our other like seed starting, smaller pots, stuff like that we used early in the year. It's all temporarily put away, but we need to bring it back out again tomorrow or the next day when we have our best day. Hook up the hose and just really clean all that stuff real nice, and then permanently put it away for the winter. And once we do that, I'm gonna have a nice big table, probably about the same size as this one, in the garage on the far side away from the windows, that I'm gonna try to use for winterizing some of my larger potted peppers. The bench, the workbench, and maybe even the freezer sometimes in the garage will again be used for. I don't know, probably it's going to be probably used for the super hot variety of peppers that I don't get from in the ground, that I need to bring indoors to get any from, which are actually all my super hots. I have 3 ghost peppers in the ground, but I only have 1 7-pot Jonah and 2 Naga Vipers, which are all 3 of those are just potted up. So I'll bring all those in. I'll bring the ghost peppers in as well. I have 3 potted ghost peppers, including this one and the one in the hydroponics. Well, not including those, so I have 5 technically, and then 3 in the ground. But I'll probably bring all those ghost peppers in, probably all the habaneros, which are big. So I don't really know exactly where all this is going to go yet. But again, we're going to be able to clean the kitchen area out, get stuff there. Depending on what kind of things happen in the near future, we may have a lot more space, which is probably going to tempt me to just keep all the peppers maybe if I can. But anyway, for now, what we're going to do, and it's probably going to extend into another day. This will be day one of potted garden prep for the fall. Just going to be again rearranging this area, probably moving these smaller pots. All the small potted herbs. Well, all the potted herbs are probably going to come in now. Probably going to put them up here, along with any other small things. This poblano, I think I'm going to put in the last grow bag I have, and then some other container will open up, I'm sure, for the last ghost pepper I have, because I don't have something for that right now that's in the hydroponics. So that'll eventually go in something. And also, since I have that banana pepper growing in the hydroponics, my very first by seed, because we only had the 6 from the nursery to begin, maybe I'll find something for that too. I don't think I want to grow that in the hydroponics, so we'll transplant that as well. And over here, probably gonna do again, like I said, the cucumbers and dill in this pot for the winter. Again, don't know where that will go. May go right back in the same spot in the nice what is that, south facing living room, dining room window in the house there. So it has the most sun. It's like the best window. But then those garage windows are nice too. The window I have in my bedroom is also nice. It's southwestern facing, more like west southwest. So not quite that nice southwest, but you do get the nice afternoon sun then, which seems to be pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to do with that ahi limon branch that I was hoping to root in that. It's still alive. I can maybe pull it out and try to root it in water instead, because I don't know if that stuff is the best right now. I would like to probably get these in some smaller pots that end up open, these basils here. Though I maybe could also put them in the cucumber thing, but I wanted dill in there again because I don't have any dill. So I'll have to think about that. I could also just do dill in one pot, perhaps. If I don't really want the ahi limon in this. That's just like all I had for it that was available. I could use that for maybe for dill. Kind of small, maybe. Kind of maybe pushing it. But anyway, yeah. So oh yeah, we have those pots up there too. So those will all be repurposed. So that's good actually. I could that one's like a temporary, but those two on the left I could use throughout the winter for something. I could put, I don't know, well, just so we have the two basils, and I also went dill, and what we're dealing with is this big pot, those two small pots. And again, I will need something for that other ghost pepper that's still in the hydroponics. And the banana pepper, I guess, but I'm not quite too worried about those at the moment. I think we're going to end up with a couple other things here coming up. But anyway, yeah, let's get to it. Okay, first up, I'm just going to take all these down. These, of course, were the later of the plants that I started by seed. Of course, I started most things by seed. I got a few things from the nursery, but not really. These were, I was hoping to maybe get a couple more of these just later germinating, because I had that happen with some of the others, but we weren't that lucky with any of these. I was really hoping to get more super hots, but no, we had no other super hots germinate. It's too bad. So yeah, we can now use the whole top. I'm going to dump all the dirt out of these into wherever, and then just store them somewhere for now, because again, in the next couple days, we'll wash those out nicely. So yeah, and then I'm going to probably line the whole top, starting right now with these. My marjoram. Like half dead over here. I guess I could snip that whole thing off. Don't know where the seeds end up, but it'd be nice to get some of those. I've seen all these dead flowers, but that's it. All right, so I'm gonna make sure, be careful exactly where we put all these. This one's gonna go. It's gonna be our nice baseline right back there, so then I know that that back one can tend to bend if I put something on the far end. So now I know it'll be okay. This one too, actually, this will be nice to have our nice, very, large-ish, heavy-ish lavender here. Nice looking lavender. Well, it's all right, I guess, for a potted plant. Put that over on this side. 2 dry herbs there. So, and then we'll just fill in everything else. And there's room in front of those two. So we'll probably put, we'll probably put everything small in the front. I'm assuming those are going to end up being some of the larger ones, so they'll stay where they are. But let's go see what else we got. Hello, Sydney. What are you doing, miss? I got rid of all the tomatoes. We had this thing full of tomatoes. It's now just these for the moment, at the moment, until we can go harvest the rest. Just grabbed these peppers though. 5 Jimmy Nardellos, 3 bell peppers, California Wonders. So a bunch of sweet peppers there. Anyway, back to what we're doing here. I'm gonna just start unhinging it. This turned out to be the best idea. There's this little hoop here, and I just put this through that, and it ended up staying really nicely the rest of the time. Also, what helped was, don't think it went through that bamboo. This bamboo it did go through though, so that helped keep it on. It'll be all right. Just one little hole is better than, well, I mean, it's gonna happen. So unclip these two for now, because I think it might be easier just to deal with them singularly, sometimes at least. Okay, we are going to end up having some pretty decent sized pots coming in, maybe right now, but eventually, definitely after this. This video is going to be a 1-part video, but it's going to consist of multiple days of me working with this. Once those couple warm days we're going to have are done, everything's going to come in. That'll be the next half of this video. And we're going to need to, in the meantime, make some room in there, cleaning it up, put somewhere to put them. I'm thinking really just against the wall, the open wall. Let's move this thing over here for now. Okay. Semi-painless. We're going to clear off this white table, which will actually let us bring the white table in, or do something else with it out here, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. The spearmint, actually, I wouldn't mind bringing the spearmint in, even though it's looking pretty fine still. It did really die off toward the bottom over the last month and a half, maybe. There it is down there. You can see it's mostly just the top that you see the leaves now. Got a bunch of the leaves at the bottom. I think that's okay, though. I'm assuming it'll just kind of regenerate the soil a bit. But really, everything in the pots could use. I think I'm going to actually fertilize these one more time. And also, while I'm thinking about it, because I see this big old red thing peeking at me, here's our Aleppo chili. You can maybe see there, this one is in a bunch with a couple others that aren't quite ripe yet, but it is ready to go. Oh, this one is actually redding as well, ripening. I should just go grab my clippers. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, this our Aleppo chili, supposed to be about 10,000. Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh well, at least they're both ripening. Supposed to be around 10,000 Scoville, but in my experience, they're not quite there, unless I just underestimate Scoville heat, and they are actually around 10,000. But they don't seem like they're necessarily always hotter, maybe, than jalapenos. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe I just need like a one-on-one test of some of these peppers to really find out. Of a couple of them, you use a couple Aleppos versus a couple jalapenos, really put them together to the head-to-head challenge. The one thing about these is they do last a decent bit, but they do start like molding, like this black mold stuff. Every single one I've had, none of them have just like wilted like all the other ones, or like started drying or anything. It's weird. Also, I just did my first pepper taste test video, which included these along with 10 other ones, 9 if you don't want to count the banana pepper I started with. But it went up to my very first orange habanero we harvested, and that was interesting. So go check that video out after you watch this one. But yeah, 2 Aleppos, decent. They're actually smaller than most of the other ones I had. Anyway, yeah, we're going to move it and everything from that white table. There's a look at everything there. Our 2 fish peppers that are left over here, at least the 2 smaller ones. The very tiny Ring of Fire cayenne that we cut back, and is probably not going to do anything. We could move it out of there. I was thinking about moving it. There it is right there. I was thinking about moving it out of there and into one of those kind of containers that this fish is in there. I'm going to definitely move that basil and that marjoram in, and that'll be that. Those will be easy enough to find a place for. Over here, yeah, I'm thinking about just moving all these herbs in. We got our sage that's in a pretty big pot. This definitely needs to come in, though. 2 parsleys, which I wouldn't mind bringing in if everything else is going to come in, and the basils, which I think also would like to come in because they don't like cold. But the red basil is still looking pretty good, and this might actually be perennial. I'm not sure, but I believe I read that it is. If this is actually the red opal, what the tag says is red basil. It was from the nursery, so it wasn't any more specific than that. I don't know if I didn't find anything that was just called red basil. All I found was red opal basil and then red Reuben basil, but it's like a newer version of the red opal. So I'm just gonna assume that's the red opal, but both of them said they're perennial as long as you're in a certain climate. So I'm hoping we can bring them in and overwinter them like we're gonna do the peppers. And I think maybe what it is, I don't know if it has something to do with the woody stemness of plants that makes them like more perennial or something. I don't know. Probably making that up, so don't quote me on that. And over here, I'm gonna undo this whole thing, because why not? Open it up. It's easy enough, I guess, to get back. Much easier than the other, especially now that I am just like over just trusting it to stay down, and I make sure it's going to stay on that whole side. I really clamp it down with the logs, basically. I trust getting it back on pretty easy enough. It's been a while since the stuff that's actually in the grass has moved, so I need to make sure I don't kill the grass under there. Those small potted peppers will come in, the two from December, unless I just trash them. But yeah, all these herbs, I'm going to grab them, I'm going to take them in, and we'll start there, see what we got after that. All right, here is what we got. This is basically it for day one, maybe. I might move the spearmint in, perhaps, still, if I can find a spot somewhere nice for it. I think there is somewhere. Yeah, I might just move it in just because it'll be a little warmer in there throughout the night. And it'll just come back out here anyway. Everything that's in, we'll see in a bit, will come back out. This stuff will stay out for now. Mostly not too concerned about it. For the most part, some of it I am, but it's big. Like all these habaneros here. Which I haven't had many of any. I've only had one habanero. There may be a couple more out in the market garden patch now. Several orange ones there. I just want to take a quick look at what we got right now. I don't think we had any other ones growing, other colors, that is. This is the yellow, I think. Oh, that's the white. This is the yellow. Nothing on here either. Flowers, just no fruits. The red doesn't have any. It looks nice and it's nice and big, but no fruits. No fruits either here. So these are definitely going to be coming in. Hopefully survive until then. And the chocolate definitely doesn't have any. Hopefully it'll survive. It's the only chocolate. These at least have some in the ground, which will probably also not do anything though. Then we have all our smaller bags now lined up, every single one of them. Even the ones that were in that container. Now these were these four. And so they will be covered again tonight. Should be a little easier to cover everything. Hopefully I can do something to just keep, maybe I can stick some stakes in the ground itself just to hang the thing on for the day. Because I may actually leave them. There's one day that it's not going to be too bad overnight, and I might leave them uncovered that night just to let the ground kind of continue to keep a bit warm. We have the 2 banana peppers and the 2 California Wonders potted that I'm not going to keep, so they're chilling here in the end. I might do something also with these. These are my super hots, the best ones. Ghost Pepper, Viper, 7-Pot Jonah. It's actually Ghost Pepper, Jonah, Viper in order of heat there. I was thinking about putting them in here, but I don't know then where I would put them. I want to kind of move them out of here, put them somewhere else. I'm not sure where. This stuff, I'd like to clean all that up as well. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Most of it's going to just come out. But if I can save some of these, like if I can put those coneflowers in the ground and maybe save them over winter somewhere in the ground, that'd be cool. Some of this other stuff, maybe just like toss the foxglove in, or the, not foxglove, toss the wormwood in somewhere. A lavender as well. I'd like to actually still pot that if I can get some pots. Oh, check this out. We got a peanut. We got this one as well. These are all, I pulled everything that was in these. We got a couple little things that are nothing. A couple small ones, yeah, but actually did end up maybe 1 decent peanut in there. Probably 2 decent peanuts in there. That one actually feels good. So that's cool. I didn't actually look into this one yet, so let's just take a gander quick at this. Oh, there might be 2 little ones there that are not terrible. I think that was the only one there, yeah. Kind of just feel around the thing and feel if there's any extra tendrils in the ground, and then pull it out. They just come right out. Obviously, there's nothing really there, but you hooked a big one whenever it takes a bit to come out. There might not be any here. Nope. This one had a lot of issues, so I'm not too surprised by that. But what I'm surprised by is that any of them did anything. Because that's maybe why it was the one that ended up like actually dying off properly. Looks like it did, and this one actually was probably the second one to die off properly, and it's the other one that had something at least. So that's interesting. I mean, at least we got a couple peanuts, 3.5 maybe. So anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna cover those up then. Again, like I said, might do something with the back 3. Those definitely I want to get in because those are my best super hots. Super hots, my 3 hottest. But I do also have 1 Viper and 1 Ghost Pepper here. This Ghost Pepper actually looks really nice too. But again, check this out real quick. 2 Ghost Peppers there, not quite ripening yet. That one looks like it might have a tinge of yellow on it, but I don't think it's ripening yet. Hopefully soon. But again, they'll be coming in. We will have room in the garage for a lot. So that might be where these end up, these 3 big ones, because they definitely need to come in sooner rather than later. All these small ones, some of the ones I think are a little more hardy, I will keep on the porch for a couple frosts, maybe covered, maybe. But I'd like to move everything in as much as I can. So we'll see. But that is that. And in here, we have a bit of a pepper harvest today. Jimmy Nards. First Jimmy Nardellos to come up, so that's exciting. Fish peppers, Aleppos, cherry bomb, cayenne, California Wonder Bells, the last of our tomatoes. You're wondering, that's a bunch of the Pepper Brand experiment peppers. We'll have to get back out there. And now, here is the revamped, for now, porch area. A lot of stuff in here. That in the front will be coming indoors, where I have the small potted red basil that's the same as this in the kitchen. It'll be going in there too. Hopefully I'll be able to save it. See if I can maybe get some sweet basil seeds from that. The Thai basil is already in the garage, actually. The one that I was growing for, that was like these. I put it in the black plastic pot, and I put it in the garage already, just so I can try to grow it, actually. So we got our fish in here in the front. We got our, these are of course the ones I'm trying to save. Got our singular California Wonder singular banana pepper that was outdoors. We also have that other banana pepper still over there hanging in there. I'm actually thinking about fertilizing everything on the warm day coming up here to tomorrow or the next. Just getting everything fertilized, maybe even just with the quick wet fertilizer, popping everything with that. So yeah, including this. Here's our very first, one of our very first from the hydroponics jalapeno here. Still doing amazing. I'd like to keep that, so it's in here. Got all our herbs up here. Lavender, parsley. Then we got some of our peppers as well. There's our poblano that has been grown late. There's the chopped back Ring of Fire cayenne. There are both of the fish peppers, and there's both of the marjoram, and finally that pot of the ahi limon branch that I'm hoping will maybe root, but again, I might take it out of there. Down here we got, of course, those basils, which I might do something with still. We have that bagged up ghost pepper. Still need to bag up the other hydroponic ghost pepper. The 2 late December peppers, which I'm still debating on whether I'm going to keep in here or not. Again, these were technically my very first peppers. They were earlier than that jalapeno, but that jalapeno, of course, fruited first. These were from, again, that's why I call them the December peppers. They were from December when like the second planting I did. They might have actually even been from late November. Anyway, got our Anaheim chili that matches these. These are the second round of the hydroponics. Anaheim chili, 2 poblanos down here. This one I got a big broken branch down here, which is actually so broken because it's holding quite a large poblano down there. Hopefully it doesn't break completely. If it doesn't, well, at least I still have the poblano, I suppose. And then finally the struggling hot wax yellow Hungarian back there. that should be ripe soon, though, hopefully. And then finally over here we have the this is the Gen 2 Nature's Edge cayenne. It came from the peppers that came from the hydroponics first, with that jalapeno we have on the other side in that blue-white pot that matches the other blue-white pot of the very tall banana pepper. But yeah, that jalapeno was actually the Gen 1 of what this is the Gen 2 of, but again, this is the cayenne, so not one of the jalapenos. All our Gen 2 jalapeno plants are out in the garden. And we haven't actually gotten any Gen 2 jalapenos from that yet, so no seeds that are Gen 2 seeds yet. It's unfortunate. But we'll get them. Oh, no, wait. Well, we have Gen 2 seeds, more Gen 2 seeds to plant. But we won't have any Gen 2 plants, which are out there. That's a Gen 2 plant that is making Gen 3 seeds, which we already have Gen 3 seeds of the cayenne, because we have so many. We have a bunch of the Gen 2 plants out there as well. That's just why there's probably a better name for them, but that's just what I call them because I don't know any better. Generation, that's the next generation being that came from the seeds, from the fruit, from that plant. So, yeah. And then finally our 2 basils from the nursery back here. The red basil, which I'm hoping I can perennialize, and maybe even this one if I can do with the regular sweet basil as well. But I think that might actually just be an annual. I don't know. Based on my research, I'm not positive, but that's what it might be. That might be the case. But yeah, that's actually it. Pretty simple. Oh yeah, and of course the sage up there. I actually ended up keeping the oregano that's dead-ish in this pot, but it's not like completely dead. So I want to see if I can actually resurrect that. I don't know. Of course, maybe you watched earlier videos that I meant to take all the aloe out of that pot. We have more aloe in the garage that's been in there for years. I meant to pull that into separate pieces and use that pot for something else. We could actually do that now that we have a lot more solo pots, small solo containers. So maybe that's something for one of these not cold days coming up. We'll see. But yeah, for now, this is it. We will be taking out everything pretty much back out into the yard for a short vacay, maybe a day, a night, and another day before we end up actually moving everything back in for good. At least what we end up keeping. So yeah, that is it for now. I will catch you guys soon with actually maybe tomorrow, one of these warm days. I'd like to give a good actual full update again. You'll see the full update, so I will be back for that maybe tomorrow. Till then, I'm Randy. This is Nerds Templar. Peace.